Welcome to Trading Lounge and the daily US stocks for Monday, July 18. So what I want to do today is I want to bring our attention to the possibility, well, the point really that that for Apple here, we've got this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. It's a three-wave structure so far, and then we've just been counting the 5 waves up in here. So let's just look at the reality for a moment. So the reality is that it is in 3 waves, and once it tops here, well, let's just go into an intraday so we can talk about it a little bit more. So 5K, I think, yeah. And so there's a whole variety of things that can go on here, and I really don't know for sure. Okay, that's the bottom line. So, you know, I mean, we could have a low in place, and this could be wave 1 here and 2 here, and going up for wave 3, or 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and continue to build to the upside. I don't know that. The other thing is that I can look at it as an A and a B and a C wave here, and it might just be the A wave here, and then the B wave here, and then the C wave over here for a larger B wave. Now that's also possible as well. It's also possible that I could put the A wave here, the B wave here, and the C wave here, and have this B wave here as well, and we've got a top in place, and then we're going to be coming down for this point. So in a bit of a nutshell, there's a few things that we need to look out for here. So this little move up here, we'll take a closer look at that in a moment. But if we just take this across, well, in a nutshell, across this level here, once we top out here, we're going to have, the market's going to come down either way. Okay, so I don't know if it's going to come down for a bigger bearish pattern, or we're going to come down for a correction. So we could come down, if this was 1, 2, 3, 4 here, we could come back 38.2% from the high. I'll just take it in at 52 there. So that would bring us in, yeah, I mean, either way, it would bring us in back into this little space here, or it could bring us, if this was wave 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here, then it could bring us a little bit deeper in here for all of that. Okay, so if we get a classic trading levels pattern here, so we get the first high in the market, well, then we can look to go long above that. We can also bring it down to the second high here. So the third step is that if this becomes an ABC pattern here and it moves back up here, we can't go long until it breaches that there, because it could just move down from that point, and then we'll also need to have a short trade at this point. So we're on the short side of that side, because we've moved past 3 waves at that point. So it's got to be something bigger at that point. You know what I mean? What it is another thing. It could be down for 1, and you know, most of these moves like a lot of these moves to the upside, like even in the, you know, the S&P and the NASDAQ, and that current move up here, it can be counted as corrective or impulsive. It's a little bit unsure. I can see that it can be, you know, you could place it any way that you wanted to, so it's not very sort of helpful. There are stocks that have corrective patterns up here, and you know, I'm from Australia, and I know that the market that we're in that's moving to the upside is corrective. I know that we need to come down and make new lows as well, and what, you know, so yeah, we're looking for it to banks basically are ready to turn sort of lower. So there's a few things in the air that can tell me that we're going to be moving lower from this point here. So anyway, look, the long story short is that the market could go long and it could go short. If it's going to go long, then we need a pattern like this here. We need the basic you know, classic trading levels pattern at that level for this to go. I'm going to move into, I think it was 1,000 ticks here, just to have a look at this little leg to the upside here. So I think that, you know, I think that we need to, for I kind of see most, probably not all, but most stocks should push up into one more wave. There are stocks that have this move down through here that look a little bit, this one here is corrective, but not a lot of them, some of them look a bit impulsive coming down this way, you know. So I just think we need to be really careful at this point, because we're either going to have some type of corrective move here for this and go up, or we're just going to basically continue down and make a strong move to the downside here. So yeah, that's my warning is now. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I think it's a time to be neutral today. In the next session, if you've got long trades, and we put a few in, so we'll look at those, but they need to be, you know, any new high here, and you need to look to take profit on those. That's as simple as that. So today I'm kind of putting out a bit of a warning signal, because if we've got long trades, it's probably a good idea to move out of them, and then we just need to wait. So basically, I mean, you could even, you know, if you were sort of up to it, we've got 1 and 2 here, and got 3 here and 4 here. So the extension's in wave 3. So wave 1 here and wave 5 can be roughly the same. But I've got to be careful saying that a bit, because when you're working around large numbers, the large number's going to pull it there. So somewhere in around 52 will be probably about right. I normally say 51, 52 and 53, which is all group 1. That's its normal sort of target area at that point. But I today kind of want to look at, you know, just point out that, you know, there's a possible bearish pattern on the page for this week. So yeah, we kind of need to flip from long trades to short trades. So that's the story that I'm going to be looking at today. So all I see is we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To me, that's clear. We've got this 5th wave to go, and then that's it. And then we're going to be coming down at that point. You could sell it at the top if you wanted to, a very small position, that is, as long as you're okay with a loss on that. But yeah, I think that in one way or another, we need to be looking to the downside on things. So let me just have a look at this here again. If we look at this as 5 waves to the 52 roughly, that's a 38. So pretty much at this stage, what we'll do is we can go short below here. Now obviously there's going to be, you know, the market coming down into this point here is going to have a bounce back up, but it's just going to give us, you know, tomorrow, when that tops and comes down, we might be able to find a way to put that a little bit closer in here, or half a position or something of that nature, you know. Because if we're going to have a big bear market, we really need to get a few positions in here early, you know. But we do need to see it let go of that position, that price point. So with Nvidia here as well, it's been pretty weak, this particular stock. I can see that it's slowing down. You know, it's had some quick moves here, and it's been slowing down and bouncing here. But it hasn't really risen a lot like Apple has. So it's still got that weakness there. Any weakness in the market would take this down further, you know. So I don't know if this is the right count, but I do know that we need to be short under the 150. That's what I'm sure of. It's not like we're going to come down here and go back up at that point. I just don't see that occurring, because yeah, we'll go in and have a closer look at this, but we need to be prepared for the short side. Look, it could go up further. I don't know that, but I do know that we need to short it under there. So let's go to, I think it was 100 ticks on this one. Have a little look at that. So I've looked at, I'll put this here as 1 and 2 here and 1 here, and then here I've looked at this here as an A wave, a B wave, and 1, 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the third wave, the fourth wave, and going up for the fifth wave here. So at 158 or hereabout, well, you can take profit anywhere now because we're above that high here. So how high this will come, I'm not sure. It might come way up into 62. I'm not sure about that. This could probably go a little bit closer at this point. We could just probably put that, well, let's put it under here, eh? What's the big deal? You know, we just need to, I just feel that we need to protect things at this point. Makes a nice fourth wave, this little triangle pattern here. So, you know, this one here was rather large. This got 5 waves here for this one, and that's, yeah, so we probably make it up to the top here. I'll leave that up to you to handle. But once we get here, then, you know, we need to be looking for 5 waves to come down. If we get 5 waves that will come down, then we don't need to panic too much, because we know that we'll get a, you know, a corrective move in before coming down again. But you might see 5 waves in this one here, so you could short across here for that. Otherwise, we need to wait all the way over here for this. So I'll leave that with you at that point. And yeah, so this is the thing. You know, I can see that we've got good support on the closest largest number, and we could certainly go higher. I understand that, but today I just want to point out that we are at a point that can you know, give us a turn in the market. So this particular pattern here is quite sort of common amongst stocks, and yeah, I mean, this one here, for example, with Amazon, here I can count, as I did before, I counted 5 waves down here. I could put it as a C of B, so an A wave here, a B wave over here, so an A, B, and C wave here. But I could probably count this up here in five. It counts better as 5 waves, unless we look at unless we take it from here. But 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Yeah, because I was thinking of 1 and 2 here, and then all of this is a third, but that's not quite going to work out. Anyway, one of the main things here is that we've got this as 5 waves down here, so we do need to be a little bit careful about that. This is a stock that we could count as already being finished here. If I looked at this as an A wave, a B wave, then I could look at it as 1 and 2 here, and 3, 4, 5 here, finished. I could have it as wave 3 here, but I could also have it as wave C here. This move down here looks like it could be counted in 5 waves. It's at the 38.2% retracement level. So we're going to put this stop up under here for this, and just leave that. We've got a long trade here. I mean, we'll see how that goes. I mean, even if, you know, if the rest of the market's going to go up, this could just go up a little way and then turn down from that point. You know, so that's what I'm wanting to be sort of careful about at that point. And if that is the case, then I think we also need to look to short it at that point there as well. Now, I could get wrong and it could push to the upside. I'm just preparing for the downside, that's all, okay? That's all we're doing today. We're not sort of looking at the bigger picture to see where everything goes, because we don't know yet. This is all pretty sort of complicated. The same with meta platforms. We've looked at wave 1 here as an A and a B and a C. I had this as wave 2 over here, and I've got wave 2 over here. I just don't see it going up this far by itself. If Apple tops out, well, then this is likely to get to this box here and turn to the downside at this point, you know. This here counts quite nicely as a B wave. I suppose you could, you know, move it into a 5-wave structure, but really it does count better as 1 and 2 to here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the third wave here. So you'd have to put the 4th wave all the way over here, but we've got 5 waves here, see, so that's a bit of an issue. Oopsie daisy, that can go there. So that's why I've got it here as an A and a B and a C wave here, but it might be something that it's, yeah, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, it's okay as a B wave, so we're pretty safe here, I think, for the time being, but I just want to be a little bit careful. So, you know, we could, if we were looking at that as one, this would be an A wave, and the B wave here, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be the third wave. So, little A, B, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. No, it still needs to go up further, so there's probably something in here. Anyway, we're just going to protect ourselves at this particular point in time, so I'll leave that over here. We won't look for the short trade on that just yet. Here's another one that's got this particular pattern here. I had it as a triangle, and I sort of put it back as a triangle for today as well, in terms of an A and a B, and then an ABC here for the C wave, and then the D wave and the E wave here. Look, it just could keep building to the upside. I understand that, but I really want to, because of Apple turning, I really need to sort of focus on any sort of turn in the market. We're long here. I've just put a stop, like nipped it in here quite close to you know, protect this one as much as possible. You know, it's possible to look at this as 5 waves. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, 5 here. So it's possible to look to go short under this here. This could be an ABC back up here, or we can get 1 here and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and build up a little bit higher up in here. But even if it does go higher here, I've got it as an A and a B and a C wave for the E of 4 coming here. So one more high here and then a turn. So I think that we also need to look to take profit anywhere above that high there. And we'll just chill out for Tuesday and Wednesday, and we'll have a look at what the market, you know, what this correction, what this looks like here. And we may need to be on the short side. We may need to be on the long side. I just want to sort of, yeah, have a bit of caution at this particular point in time. I want to be able, I want us to be open-minded and flexible and get ready to dance on either side, because yeah, of where the markets are at the moment. There's another one with this particular pattern as well. This one hasn't risen so much. So trying to get a bearish count out of this, I was looking at the A wave here, an A, B, C for the B wave, and a C wave here for the B wave, and then down for 1 here, a little A, B, C for 2. So this will give a move up in the next session, but then can turn from there. So we can go short here. Once that pushes up here, we can push that up to the B wave at that point there as well. Now, I could be wrong, and we could end up sort of further up here as well. But we'll see. If we get a classic trading levels pattern on 23, well, then we'll look to go long at that point. But yeah, I mean, this is not exactly an impulse wave to the upside. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we could do it as wave 1 here and A, B, C for wave 2 here, but wave 2 is really quite big compared to wave 1. You know, so it's a bit difficult to do that. Look at this as 1. This looks more impulsive to the downside. So yeah, I mean, this has got overlapping wave structures. So, you know, it needs to be viewed as corrective. How far it goes up was always the question. You know, there wasn't really any other question to this. Microsoft, can't really get my head around this particular one. A little bit of trouble here, but one of the important things here I note too is that, as we noted last time we spoke, was 1 and 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, and the fifth wave. So we've got 5 waves down here. Last time we spoke, we looked at it as an A and a B and a C for the B wave here. So an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave up here. But if Apple's going to top out in the next session, then, well, maybe we're not going to go too far here either, and we need to be prepared for the short side, you know, and look at this here as some sort of A, B, and C here, and look at this as 1 and 2 here, 3, 4, and 5 to that point, something like that, you know, even though it didn't make a new top, but that spike there, I mean, you probably could look at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that as down for 1, back for 2, down for 1, back for 2, and heading on down. But once again, we've got this nice number here, 250, so really, if that becomes the resistance, then we're going down at that point, and it will go down quite a lot. So it's not like we're missing much, you know. So we talked about being long here, and this is a stock that appears that we could have 5 waves down here for this, you know. So this might just come up 50-60% or hit supply a bit higher or whatever, and then come down at that point. So yeah, we don't really want it going any lower than this here. We could probably even copy that and put this on this side now, you know, under this one. But I'll leave that up to you to think about a bit. In fact, no, we'll just move that just in case I'm completely wrong and we get some sort of ABC pattern here and then a move up. But if the 250 becomes the resistance, well, then we can look safely to short at that point. I should get us. Got to be careful about myself. I'm a bit sort of gung-ho sometimes, so we need to look for safe trades. Okay, so Alberti here, we've got, I'm trying to look at this as a, you know, as a corrective pattern as well. So the A wave here with an A and a B and a C wave here, we've got 5 waves here, so we need to be careful about that. We could just hit 280 and drop from that point, but otherwise we'll look at this here as 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 in here, and then 3, 4, and 5 for the 3rd wave. It's really quite a nice 4th wave here, and then the 5th wave here. So once it gets to here, it could fail at that point. Now, yeah, I mean, I could put this here, lift these up 1 degree of structure, and then put this one here as well. But also too, we could also put this over here. The whole thing can grow, but I just want to get us past this point here. You know, when this, if this 5 wave structure here comes up here, and then we come back and we have an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, well then we will look to go long above this point here. But like I say, this is a point where it can just, I don't want to get you thinking long at a danger point, and then we can just come down further at that point, you know. So once again, we'll just start from the bottom. We'll put this here and we'll look for the short trade, and we'll also look for the long trade. We need that set up there, that's all. I'm just assuming most folks are trading short term anyway, but it is certainly nice to be able to get on a longer term trend, but really this hasn't been giving us any longer term trend, so you know, we just got to take what we're given at the moment, you know, and be grateful for that. So with Square here, also want to have a look at the bearish side here. We do have 5 waves here, we do have 5 waves here, so we could look at this here as an A and a B and a C. So as Apple finishes off, this could finish off here and then roll over from that point. It may not be the case. I was looking under here to be short, and I'll just leave this here, but you could probably put it up closer at this point. We know that the 65 is the balance line for this. We just got to kind of figure out if it's going to go long, go up or down, and using the, you know, reducing the highs and the lows within all of this is really what we're doing. So we'll just be open-minded about this at the moment as well. And bank, so right, so this was another one as well. I mean, I can see that that the market's been slowing down in here for all of this, but you know, it's normal to get a bounce off. We had a nice bounce off and we're long, but now we may need to be prepared to be short for this as well. So I'm thinking of this as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave up here, trying to come up to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree over here before coming down, with the possibility of a larger, well, we could have a low in here, but we could also have larger A wave down here for this and going back for a B wave at this point. There's a few different ways this could be countered. I understand that. But I understand too that when a market comes down to a large number, you know, it slows down and it bounces. And if you're just patient enough, well then we'll get it. But we're going to go into the tick chart and have a look. I think 110 ticks here. Okay, so I've got it as wave 3 here with an A wave, a B wave and a C wave. It's just on the last chart. We looked at going long. I think we need to take profit here. This is another one of those that appears to have 5 waves down here. Now, it might just deliver some sort of corrective move here and then have another high here, but it's also got the capacity to come down further. So that's why we need to either take profit now or protect, at least protect what we've got at this point. But I'll put that in there on that price point there for that. Does seem we've got a nice sort of 5-wave structure to the upside. So, you know, before we turn bearish on this, we would need a good case, because it could just simply come back to this point and then move up from there. It's a little bit of an odd sort of finish here. So this expanded flat here's a correction is quite good, I think. I mean, the only other thing about this is if that didn't gap here, that top may have stayed below here, and looking at this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here for this, but that didn't do that. So yeah, but sometimes you've got to be a bit philosophical about things. But once again, we'll just see how this top plays out in this. And this is Goldman's. I thought it was Morgan. So anyway, they're kind of same to a point. Yeah, so it's this is kind of interesting too, because from the top here I counted down as 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave, and the fourth and the fifth for the A wave, then the ABC here. And then look, it's a little bit dodgy in here, but I think we can go with some sort of impulse wave here and corrective 2, so 1 and 2, and probably 3, 4, 5 here. So what we've got here really is we've got 5 waves for the A wave, the B wave and the C wave here. So that means that this C wave up here would just be 5 waves as well at this point, unless we look at it as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 in that case. So I think that we need to be looking for a short trade over here, but you know, whatever, it may move up here first. Whatever happens, we need to see some sort of impulse wave to the downside, and then that kick back at that point, and then we can look to go short, you know, at one of these lows here in one way or another, you know. So I mean, at this point we obviously can go low down here, short down here, but yeah, let's just give this, let it work itself into a corner, and let's just see how it comes out of that. Think if I could see it in some other way as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. Oops, let's go this way with it. So it's at the 61.8%, but it doesn't really matter, because when you're working with big numbers, the big numbers really sort of you know, pull it into that space anyway. So look, that may have topped at this point, but it's hard to see that as corrective, looking at that as 5 waves. Nice wave 4 there, nice sharp wave here, but that doesn't really leave us, unless I put, that would be 1, 2, 3 ABC for 4 and down for 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave. Possible. I'll just have a little consideration of that. Anyway, we'll see. We don't need to go long here, because if we were going to go long here, we need that 300 as the support, you know, or taking any of these tops out here well, definitely want some sort of classic trading levels pattern on that point. So we'll see if we get that. If we get it, we'll go long. If not, we'll be looking to go short. So, okay, well, that's it really. So, you know, just to recap a little bit, my concern about the markets is that they are topping out in a sense, because Apple is really central to the situation, and we've counted 5 waves up. And once we get that top in play, I just think we'll see what the market looks like in the next session. But there might be a blind spot for the next 1 or 2 sessions in here till we figure out what we've actually got. We'll probably have a few highs and lows and things that we'll be able to work with. But this is a possible turning point for the market. That's what I'm saying. Let's see if, you know, let's just see what the market does, and we'll just work with the market. We'll just move in that direction with the market. As simple as that. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait it out. Okay. Alrighty. Cheers.